The camera catches Erica as she stands before Mendeecees, her eyes blazing with betrayal, her voice a shaky tremor. Every word she speaks is loaded with hurt, yet she demands answers, searching his face for truth. The air between them crackles with tension as she brings up a whispered clamma baby no one had spoken about. But everyone had heard. "Explain yourself," she pleads, eyes wide with disbelief. "Why is everyone talking about a baby, but not you?" Mendeecees stands motionless, arms crossed tightly, sweat trickling down his forehead. The silence that follows feels like an eternity, the weight of the moment sinking in. His jaw clenches and he fights the urge to look away, but the camera doesn't lit captures every flicker of uncertainty. "Erica, you know I've been upfront with you," he says quietly, his voice betraying a hint of doubt. "But Erica isn't backing down? Then why are people seeing you with someone else, talking about nurseries?" She presses, stepping closer, her silhouette framed in the harsh glare of the studio lights. Her words hit like daggers, piercing through the calm facade he's tried so hard to maintain. Her voice rises slightly, an edge of desperation creeping in. "What am I supposed to think when everyone around me is whispering about a secret child? Why didn't you tell me?" Her question hangs in the air, weighted with so many unspoken feelings: hurt, confusion, betrayal. Mendeecees opens his mouth to respond, but the words falter, caught in his throat. His gaze shifts away from hers, unable to meet her piercing stare. Every second of silence feels like an eternity. The hidden camera captures every nuance of his discomfort, the sweat on his brow, the slight twitch of his lips. His voice, when it finally emerges, is a murmur. "It's not what you think, Erica. It's complicated." Erica's eyes narrow, frustration building. "Complicated?" She scoffs, her voice tight with anger. "Complicated doesn't explain why I'm hearing about this from everyone but you." She steps forward, her body language demanding answers. "I've stood by you, trusted you, and now you're telling me this is complicated." The tension thickens as Mendeecees takes a step back, running a hand through his hair, his gaze shifting between Erica and the floor. His breath catches, his shoulders slumping as if the weight of the world has just landed squarely on them. His eyes flicker with the faintest hint of regret. But it's not enough to reassure Erica. "I never meant for you to find out like this," he admits, his voice strained, "but I didn't know how to tell you." "Tell me," Erica snaps, her voice cracking with emotion. "Tell me." She shakes her head in disbelief. "You should have told me when it was just a rumor, when it was just a whisper. Now, you're telling me you don't know how to tell me. How about telling me the truth? Why is this happening now?" Before Mendeecees can answer, the door to the set bursts open with a force that reverberates across the room. Yandy storms in, her heels clicking sharply against the floor, each step punctuating her fury. "What is this?" she demands, her voice rising to match the intensity of the confrontation. "You're airing this out for the world to see. Are you kidding me?" Her words land like a tidal wave, crashing over the room and silencing everything around them. Crew members freeze in place, unsure whether to stop filming or keep going. But the cameras keep rolling, capturing every word, every gesture, every shift in the room's energy. Yandy's eyes blaze with protectiveness, her loyalty to Mendeecees radiating as she steps between him and Erica, arms crossed tightly. "You think this is okay?" She snaps, her voice a mix of disbelief and anger. "You think this should be happening in front of everyone?" Erica steps back, taken aback by Yandy's sudden arrival, but she doesn't shrink. Instead, her gaze hardens, her jaw clenching as she squares off against Yandy. "I'm not doing this for the cameras," Erica says, her voice firm but trembling with the weight of everything she's been holding in. "I'm doing this because I deserve the truth. And right now, Mendeecees is the only one who can give it to me." Yandy looks at Mendeecees, her expression one of disbelief, her arms folding tighter across her chest. "You've always been honest with her," Yandy spits out, the words laced with bitterness. "And this is honesty." The atmosphere in the room shifts, the air thick with the tension of divided loyalties. Fans watching from home are left to wonder who to root for: Erica, who is demanding answers, or Yandy, who is fiercely defending Mendeecees, no matter the cost. The family's bonds are on the edge, tested by a confrontation so raw that it's impossible to look away. As the camera focuses on Erica, her eyes glistening with unshed tears, her voice cracks. "I deserve the truth, Yandy, not a fairy tale." For a moment, Yandy's gaze softens, just for a split second, before she shakes her head. "You deserve honesty, I agree," she says, her tone cold but resigned. But this isn't the way to do it. Not here. Not like this. She looks to Mendeecees for support, her eyes pleading, but all Mendeecees can do is avert his gaze. Is this how we handle things now? Erica says, her voice thick with frustration. We sweep it all under the rug, hoping it'll go away. Mendeecees, you have a family. You have a history with me. And you can't even tell me the truth? When it matters most. The camera zooms in on Mendeecees' face, capturing the tightness of his expression. His throat bobs as he swallows hard. I didn't want to hurt you, he whispers, as if the words are the heaviest things he's ever said. I didn't want to destroy everything we had? Erica's eyes widen with disbelief, as if his words don't even make sense anymore. You're destroying it right now, she says, voice barely above a whisper. You've been lying to me, and I've been living a lie, believing everything you told me. What's worse, that you've been hiding a secret life, or that you've been doing it right in front of me? The tension between them is suffocating. Yandy looks back and forth between them. The reality of what's unfolding starting to set in. I never meant for this to happen like this, Mendeecees says again, his voice strained. He sounds like he's apologizing, but there's something missing in his tone, something that doesn't feel like a genuine apology, but more like an admission of defeat. Erica steps forward, her eyes narrowing. Then, what happened? She demands. Tell me the whole story. Don't hold back, I deserve to know. Yandy takes a step back, her shoulders slumping as she watches the exchange. Mendeecees, she says quietly, you need to tell her everything. But Mendeecees hesitates, his gaze flickers toward Yandy, and then back to Erica. There's someone else, he finally admits, his voice barely audible. Someone I trusted. Erica's breath catches, who she demands, but the name that comes next lands like a bomb. Marissa, Mendeecees whispers. The name echoes in the room, and Erica's heart races. Marissa, she repeats, disbelief painting her words. What do you mean, Marissa? Who is she? Mendeecees shifts uncomfortably. She's someone from my business circle, he explains. It started as nothing, but then changed. Erica's face pales, her hand instinctively moving to her chest as she processes the information. You've been hiding her this whole time, she whispers. Yes, Mendeecees admits, his voice cracking with guilt. I thought it was harmless, but now everything's out of control. The shock on Erica's face is palpable, as she steps back, her hands trembling. I can't believe this, she mutters, barely able to look at him. How long? Yandy steps in, her voice tight. This is not the time or place. Erica, you need to calm down, she says, though her words lack the conviction they once held. She's standing on shaky ground now too, unsure of which side to stand on. I don't need to calm down, Erica snaps, turning toward Yandy. I need the truth, and so does everyone else. Fans at home are gripped by the tension, their fingers poised over their phones, waiting for the next twist. The drama unfolding before them is something they've never seen before, too real, too raw, too painful. The family is divided, the camera capturing every emotion, every flicker of betrayal. As the confrontation reaches its peak, the weight of every unanswered question hangs in the air, and fans are left wondering, what happens next? The air in the room thickens, suffocating under the weight of Mendeecees' admission. The name Marissa lingers in the air, a toxic cloud that refuses to dissipate. Erica stands frozen, her eyes wide with disbelief. Marissa, she repeats in disbelief, her voice barely a whisper, almost as if saying the name would make it real. You've been hiding her from me. From all of us. Mendeecees shifts uncomfortably, his hands gripping the edge of a nearby table for support. His knuckles turn white, his entire body tense. It wasn't like that, he begins, but his words are weak, unconvincing. It started as nothing, just ... business. Erica interrupts, her voice rising in disbelief. You're telling me that all of this, the secrets, the lies, the rumors about a baby is just some business thing? Her eyes narrow, and for the first time, Mendeecees sees the full force of her anger. A fury that burns hotter than anything he's ever witnessed. Yandy, standing to the side, watches the scene unfold, her face torn between loyalty to Mendeecees and empathy for Erica. The two women are at an impasse, and for the first time, Yandy feels like she might not be able to fix this. Her gaze flickers back and forth between them, but her lips remain sealed, as if she's waiting for Mendeecees to provide some kind of clarity, some kind of explanation that might salvage this moment. Erica shakes her head, unable to comprehend what she's hearing. So, all these months, all this time, I've been living with a man who has another woman on the side, who's been making plans with her, talking about nursery rooms, talking about a future behind my back. Her voice cracks as she speaks, the pain in her words cutting deep. The rawness of Erica's emotions hits like a tidal wave, crashing against Mendeecees' defenses. He takes a step forward, his eyes filled with regret, but it's not enough to undo the damage already done. Erica, I never meant to hurt you. I thought it was nothing, but it spiraled out of control. He admits, his voice shaky, spiraled out of control. Erica repeats, disbelief lacing her tone. You thought hiding it would make it go away. You thought if you kept this secret, it would just disappear. You were wrong, Mendeecees. You've made this so much worse by keeping me in the dark. Mendeecees' gaze falters. I didn't want to lose you. I didn't want to lose everything, he says, his voice barely above a whisper. The vulnerability in his tone seems to unravel the threads of his resolve, exposing the raw fear behind his actions. But Erica is too far gone. The hurt, the betrayal, and the lies have already taken root in her heart. She steps back, her arms crossed defensively. You didn't want to lose me. She scoffs, a bitter laugh escaping her lips. You've already lost me. You've lost my trust. You've lost everything. And you're still standing here, making excuses. After everything, you still don't get it. Yandy moves closer to Erica, her protective instincts kicking in. Erica, please, she says softly, but her voice is firm. Let him explain. Maybe there's more to it than we understand. But Erica isn't listening. The pain in her eyes is too sharp, too fresh. I don't need him to explain. What I need is for him to be honest with me. For once, she says, her voice tight with emotion. The tension between the three of them is palpable. An electric current that runs through the room. Fans watching from home can feel it. The betrayal, the heartbreak, the unresolved anger. The scandal is spiraling out of control, and they're all witnesses to it. Mendeecees, looking more lost than ever, runs a hand through his hair, his face pale. I never thought it would get this far, he mutters. I never thought it would come to this. The words feel hollow in the air. Erica shakes her head, her eyes welling up with tears. You're a liar, Mendeecees, and right now, that's all I see. A liar who has destroyed everything we've built. The room falls into a heavy silence, broken only by the soft hum of the cameras and the rustling of crew members who seem unsure of how to proceed. The raw, unfiltered emotions in the room are overwhelming, and for a moment, it feels as if time itself has come to a halt. Mendeecees steps forward again, but this time, Erica doesn't back away. She stands her ground, her eyes fixed on him with a fierce determination. You've shattered everything, she says, her voice steady now, despite the pain. And now, you want me to trust you again? It's too late for that. Yandy watches the exchange, her heart heavy with the weight of the situation. She's stuck between the love she feels for Mendeecees and the pain she sees in Erica. The realization that there's no going back hits her like a ton of bricks. They're all broken now, and there's no way to fix it. Mendeecees exhales slowly, as if he's finally coming to terms with the consequences of his actions. I don't expect forgiveness, Erica, but I will tell you the truth. Everything. No more secrets. Erica looks at him, her eyes filled with skepticism and sorrow. The truth, she repeats. The truth is, I don't even know if I can believe you anymore. The cameras capture every moment of the raw confrontation, every word dripping with anger, pain, and betrayal. Fans are glued to their screens, their reactions flooding social media. Everyone is talking about this moment, the families unraveling before their eyes. This is more than just a reality show scandal, it's the collapse of everything they thought they knew about these characters. As the tension reaches its breaking point, Yandy turns to the camera crew. Cut, she says firmly, her voice carrying the weight of finality. The room goes silent, the moment hanging in the air like a thick fog. The family is left divided. Not just by secrets, but by the overwhelming burden of truth. There are no simple answers, no easy resolutions. As they stand there, emotionally exhausted and broken, one thing is clear. Nothing will ever be the same. Mendeecees stands there, his back slightly hunched, his hands hanging limply at his sides. The weight of what he's done is too much to bear, and yet, he can't seem to stop talking. I swear, Erica, it wasn't planned, he says, his voice cracking. I never wanted any of this. But once it started, I didn't know how to stop it. I panicked. And that's what led me to keep it hidden from you. I thought if I just kept it under wraps, maybe it would go away. But Erica, still standing strong, her face wet with tears, looks at him with contempt. You panicked. She scoffs. Is that really your excuse? You think I panicked is enough to explain all the lies, the secrecy, the betrayal? You don't get to lie to me and then expect me to just understand. You've made your choices, and now you have to live with them. Yandy steps between them once more, her voice quiet but firm. Erica, I know this is hard, but Mendeecees needs to own up to this. He needs to be honest with you, and with himself. But Erica's face hardens. Honesty. After all this, you want me to believe that he's suddenly going to change. It's too late for that, Yandy. She turns to Mendeecees. You've had your chance, and you've blown it. The room feels suffocating, the tension between them palpable. The reality of the situation sets in fully the unraveling of a family that seemed unbreakable. The deception has reached its peak, and there's no turning back. Mendeecees stands still, absorbing the weight of her words. He knows she's right. He's failed. He's let the lies pile up. And now, everything is crashing down around him. The dream he had of redemption, of turning his life around, seems further out of reach than ever. And all he has left is regret. The silence in the room is deafening. It feels like time itself has slowed down, each second stretching out longer than the last as Mendeecees stands, defeated, while Erica turns away from him. The tears that threaten to fall from her eyes are a stark contrast to the cold anger simmering beneath her surface. Yandy, standing in the background, watches with a heavy heart, unsure of how to help, or even if there is any helping left to do. The family that was once whole is now on the brink of unraveling completely. Each thread of trust being torn apart with every word spoken. Erica's voice breaks the silence, sharp and cutting. You've been lying to me for how long, Mendeecees? All this time, all this secrecy, and now you expect me to just believe you. Her voice trembles with a mix of hurt and disbelief. What am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with you? Mendeecees shifts uncomfortably, his hands fidgeting at his sides as he looks at Erica, pain and regret etched across his face. I never meant for any of this to happen, he says, his voice raw, the weight of his mistakes crashing down on him. I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't know how to tell you the truth without losing you. Well, you did lose me, Erica responds sharply, her gaze never leaving him. You lost me the moment you decided to keep lying. You lost me when you decided to hide your life from me. Her words sting, each one landing with a force that feels like a physical blow. And now, I'm left here, trying to piece together the truth that you've been keeping from me. Trying to make sense of this mess that you created. The room feels smaller with each passing second, the walls closing in around them. Yandy watches the scene unfold, her heart aching for both of them. She can't help but feel the weight of the situation. The woman she cares about is in pain, but the man she's stood by for so long is falling apart in front of her eyes. Erica turns away from Mendeecees, her face flushed with anger. I can't believe I ever trusted you, she whispers, almost to herself. I can't believe I ever thought you would be the man I thought you were. She takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself, but the tears that have been threatening to spill finally fall. Each one a symbol of the pain she's carrying. You've shattered everything, Mendeecees, and now, I don't know how to put it all back together. Yandy, unable to remain silent any longer, steps forward, her voice low but firm. Erica, I know you're hurting. I know this isn't easy, but you have to understand, Mendeecees didn't mean for it to go this far. He made a mistake. We all make mistakes. And right now, he's trying to fix it. Erica shoots Yandy a look, her eyes full of fire. I don't need you to defend him right now, Yandy, she snaps, her voice dripping with anger. I need you to understand how I feel. Do you know how it feels to be lied to by someone you love? Someone you thought would never hurt you? Because right now, I feel like I've been slapped in the face. Yandy's heart breaks as she watches Erica's raw pain, but she knows there's only so much she can do. She knows Mendeecees' mistakes can't be erased by her words or anyone else's. But she's stuck. Standing between two people she loves, trying to keep the peace. Trying to help them both find their way out of this mess. Mendeecees, now visibly shaking, steps closer to Erica. Please, Erica, he pleads, his voice desperate. I never wanted this. I never wanted to hurt you. I've been trying to make things right, but I was scared. I was scared that if I told you the truth, I would lose you. And I couldn't bear the thought of losing you. His voice cracks, and for a moment, He looks like the broken man he is, a man who never thought his actions would lead him to this point. Erica doesn't say anything for a moment. She just stands there, her back to him, shoulders trembling with emotion. Finally, she turns around, her eyes filled with unshed tears. "You should have trusted me," she says quietly. "You should have trusted me enough to tell me the truth from the beginning. Because this is worse than any secret could have been." The words hang in the air, heavy with the weight of everything that's been said, everything that's been done. Mendeecees' shoulders slump, and for a moment, he's at a loss. He's failed. He knows it. And no amount of apologies will ever be enough to undo what he's done. "I don't know how to fix this," he admits, his voice barely above a whisper. "I don't know if I can, but I'll spend the rest of my life trying. If you'll give me the chance." Erica looks at him, her face hardening. "I don't know if I can trust you again," she says, her voice low but resolute. "I don't know if I can ever go back to the way things were." Mendeecees nods slowly, accepting the weight of her words. He knows that the damage is done, and that no amount of pleading will bring back what they once had. All he can do now is wait, to see if time and truth will heal the wounds he's caused. Yandy, standing quietly behind them, watches the exchange, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. She's always been the one to try and fix things, to put the pieces back together when things fall apart. But this time, it feels different. This time, there may be no fixing it. She watches as Mendeecees and Erica stand there, both broken, both lost, and realizes that sometimes, no matter how hard we try, some things can't be saved. Maybe we both need time," Yandy says quietly, her voice tinged with sadness. She looks at Mendeecees, then at Erica, her heart heavy with the knowledge that things will never be the same again. "I don't know what the future holds, for any of us, but right now, we all need time to figure out what comes next." Mendeecees looks at her, his eyes filled with gratitude and regret. "I don't deserve your forgiveness, Yandy, but I'm grateful for you. I always have been." Yandy gives him a small, sad smile. "You still have a long way to go, Mendeecees, but you're right about one thing. Time is the only thing that will tell us if there's a way forward." As the conversation begins to wind down, the tension in the room begins to settle, though the emotional weight still lingers like a storm cloud overhead. Mendeecees watches Erica, his heart breaking at the distance between them. There's nothing left to say, nothing left to do but wait and hope for something he's not sure he deserves. Erica, still processing everything, slowly turns to leave. "I need space," she says quietly, her voice barely audible. "I need to figure this out on my own." Mendeecees nods, his eyes filled with sorrow. "I understand." Yandy watches Erica walk away, and then turns to Mendeecees, her expression softening. "We all need space," she says, her voice gentle. "But when you're ready to face the truth, when you're ready to fix things, we'll be here. You're not alone." The weight of the moment hangs heavy in the air as Mendeecees stands there, watching Erica leave, feeling the crushing weight of his own mistakes. He doesn't know what the future holds for them, if there even is a future, but one thing is certain: the path to redemption will be harder than anything he's faced before.